So today we're going to react to some of the most common stereotypes in between international couples, specifically Filipino woman and a white guy.
So we are gonna find out, are we a stereotype? She's only with him for the visa or green card.
Yeah.
Which is true. I'm just joking.
Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome. We never say the same thing this time. Hey guys, so welcome back to this week's vlog. We apologize we haven't posted in a couple of weeks, but we are back and we have a fun, super relatable video that we are gonna be doing today.
Previous vlogs, we talked a little bit about OFWs and how their lives are important and how you can learn what they do. So check it out.
A little bit about today's vlog. Let's just say that we have seen the comments from our Instagram. So if you haven't followed us there, make sure to follow us. Yes, we've seen the comments about these stereotypes, heard of them, or even imagined them. I don't know.
So today we're going to react to some of the most common stereotypes in between international couples, specifically Filipino woman and a white guy. Some are funny, some are crazy, and some are just true.
Is it? Okay, so we are gonna find out, are we a stereotype or are we just like one of those weird couples? Just kidding. It's based on true story, like comments that we've seen on our Instagram and things that we've heard from the past. Okay, so first comment that is like a stereotype that we've seen a lot is, this is so common, she's only with him for the visa or green card.
Yeah.
Which is true. I'm just joking. What would you say about that?
Yeah, I mean...
You believe it?
I don't know. You know, like, that's what a lot of people say when there's a foreign girl. I don't know if it's about the United States. Everyone always says they want to come to the U.S. I mean, there's an amazing amount of countries out there with great opportunities as well. Philippines is great as well, but a lot of people want to come to the U.S. Maybe job opportunities, and so we've run into that, you know, outside of Instagram too, where people have kind of mentioned something. Little do they know, I actually wanted to get a Philippine citizenship more than her.
That's the opposite for us.
It would be really cool to have two citizenships, if possible. But yeah, it was the opposite for us. It wasn't really a factor in our relationship when we met each other. It wasn't really about, oh, she wants to be an American citizen.
How do you know that? I'm just kidding.
Maybe I don't.
It's really cool to be able to live here in Hawaii, this beautiful land. But at the same time, that was not the driving factor for us, even though I actually personally met a lot. I mean, not a lot, like a couple of people that's like the reason for marriage, which is kind of sad, but I wouldn't say it's true for us. Okay, this is a good one. Filipinas always date older white men. Oh my gosh. Is it though? I feel like, because, okay, maybe we'll talk about later how we met, because I feel like that was one of the stereotypes. But I have, like, it is common. Like, I've seen it, like, especially going in the Philippines. But what is our age gap? Just for people to know.
So our age gap is 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years. Comment down below if you think that's a big age gap or is this about right. But I guess, like, I could see why that stereotype is so common, because me myself, I've seen that a lot. But hey, I guess with love, age doesn't matter.
I don't know, like, when I've been to the Philippines many times, and I've seen, like, older guys, white guys, even Korean guys, different races, but usually white guys. And when I see that, I'm like, you know, maybe that's their love. Maybe they are caring for each other and they're trying to start a family. But at the same time, you know, I don't... The girls are...
We're gonna get canceled on this vlog.
The girls are young, and it makes you think, like, what is the prerogative to go for an older guy like that?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've known a couple of, like, couples, and they're thriving. They're like, you know, they love each other, and so I guess you can't really, like, I guess it's common, but doesn't mean it's bad. Comment down below what you think is like a weird age gap. But yeah, like we have 4 years age gap. He's older than me for 4 years, and sometimes we would joke how, like, when he was 18, I was just 14. Like we just like kind of were thinking it back that time. But now that like we're like adults, like it's not really that bad. Oh my gosh, this is the most common comment I have seen, like, about us, like being married to each other. They met online on a weird dating site. And this is something that like I always tell people on like how we met. Sometimes like that's what they just assume, like how we met. But I guess, James, you can share for anyone that have not yet known. Like I think we post about this so much because we always get that stereotype, which is nothing wrong with it. Again, like I've known so many people I've met through dating sites, but that was just not our story.
I mean, during those days, Pinoy Tinder was a hot place to hang out. So, wait, just kidding. No. So we actually met in the library of our school, and it was more like an in-person thing. She asked me to do some questions for her homework, and we just started hanging out as friends, getting to know each other more. She happened to be Filipino. I happened to be white, American, whatever you call it. And things just happened as they were. I mean, she could have been any race, but happened to be Filipino. So, kind of cool. We didn't use a website. Actually, to be honest, I've never really dated online.
Yeah, I've never. Honestly, we were talking about this, if we can go back, if we would ever use an online dating site. Maybe just like for fun, but not like, I guess because our school was pretty good at like, meeting people, going on dates and all that. I didn't feel the need to use it at that time. Have you seen 90 Day Fiance? Anyway, that's how we met. We did not meet through a dating online, even though we've had brands that reach out to us to like promote their online dating site. But I guess it's just not it wouldn't be right for us to do that. So, because that's not how we met. But kudos to like those that met on online dating site and actually ended up together. That's really amazing. Filipinas always cook and clean and never complain. He can for sure tell you that is not me. What about that stereotype? Is that, I guess, like, it's written here, like, oh, you only married her because she cooks and cleans and never complains. Like, you could just see in this facial expression right here that in our situation, that is not true.
Trust me, every night you see me over there doing dishes of the food that I actually cook myself.
Not every night.
Okay, not every night. Usually I'm doing dishes. She does cook sometimes. Some Filipino food is good. I also cook Filipino food and other food from around the world. But yeah, during when we first got married, I cooked more often. She's cooking a little bit more now, but I'd say like cleaning, it's pretty equal between us. We have our chores. We have to clean, take care of the baby. Yeah, it's.
But you kind of wish that's true. That would be like the dream.
I mean, maybe for some people it is true, but not here.
It's so funny that none of these stereotypes apply to us so far. Okay, it's a fetish thing. Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments like, oh my gosh, he has the Asian fetish. Like, I don't even, like, that's just so weird to think that, like, did you just marry me because I'm Asian?
No. So much about the race, it's more about, yeah, she's just a cool girl, so.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is another common one that I see. And sometimes it's kind of sad because it's coming from Filipinos, like fellow Filipinos myself. And they would say, he's her ticket out of poverty. And that is like a common stereotype that I feel like, especially with white guys and like like other cultures, especially, like it doesn't matter if they're Filipinos or like from Africa or India, like that is, everyone just assumes that all white people are rich. We both work hard, we both have our own, like we both work in the same business.
They, like, for her, like meeting her family, they were pretty well off.
No, we're not that well off.
Yeah, you had all you needed, right?
I would say comfortable.
I'd say her family's lived a very comfortable life, they had everything they needed, maybe,
But those who are rich. I mean, they work hard.
Rich in spirit and rich in experience, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, she's not definitely not comes from poverty. So don't always suspect that just because they're from a foreign country like the Philippines that they want to come just because they want to get out of their place of poverty. I mean, that's not true. I mean, for some maybe, but majority, you have to understand the real situation.
He does not respect her culture. Or like that's a common comment I see is that like he looks down on my culture and stuff like that. But what do you think about? Okay, I will answer that because I think James is like one of cheesy is one of the most appreciative person when it comes to like understanding other people's culture. That's all I can say. Is that he probably actually, you know what? We're gonna do a vlog where we quiz each other. He will probably beat me in a lot of like Filipino quizzes, especially in geography and I would say some of the culture, like especially superstitions and all that. You know more Filipino superstitions than me.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to love certain aspects about the Filipino culture. It's a lot of fun, great people, and it's the only way to gain to your own culture and add upon it. So I don't think that's really a true stereotype for us.
Okay, so this one, I don't know, maybe I could kind of agree. They can't argue properly because of cultural differences. I would say that's kind of true for us.
Yeah,
In some
yeah.
ways, like I just don't understand. Like I feel like the way I want like it's not a debate, like an argument to goes differently because I'm like expecting you to do something and then like you don't do it.
We all come from different backgrounds and we all have expectations when we grow up. Step outside your own culture and you marry into another one.
Especially when they're from another country.
Those expectations aren't always met the way that we perceive them or want them to be met. So it's about compromise and understanding. For us, there's a lot of things she doesn't like that I do, but it's just maybe it's the way I was raised, and it's kind of still a learning process, and maybe it'll always be, but that's okay because it helps you get better on both sides.
They would say their kids won't know where they belong. Sometimes we would talk about like we wonder what our baby would like associate more. Is he gonna be more Filipino or is he gonna be more like American when he grows up? I guess only time will tell, but like the best way that we can do it is like make him appreciate both cultures and just like be exposed to both as much as possible as much as possible and just like be able to meet families on both sides.
Grew up around a lot of intercultural kids, and it's like you adapt culture of where you're from locally, and it's not so much like, oh shoot, I don't belong, can't find my place. Maybe if you move to a homogenous country where everyone is the same, you might be a little out of place, but in the United States everyone's really mixed. Culture is really
especially here
intermingled.
in Hawaii, it's really
Hawaii, it's very diverse, and so there's a lot of mix of everything, so everyone kind of gets along and they understand that.
If you are an intercultural kid or mixed race kid yourself, or know someone who is mixed race growing up, tell us in the comment section like how was your experience and like what advice would you give us parents to like make sure that they are exposed on both cultures and that they're not like confused. All right, the last one is they won't last because they're too different. I guess I feel like that's such a weird stereotype because everyone is different. Like you can come from the same culture and you can be really different. I agree, we are really different, but it's just like on how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Are there like couples that are really similar? I just have never met any couple that are very similar with each other.
I notice your parents are very different in personality wise.
Your
My parents are very different. I mean, and I think that's like creating a balance in the middle. You gotta have strengths and weaknesses on both sides. And yeah, I think opposites attract, and so there's a lot you can experience when someone's different because you're learning more, and you're learning more about yourself through them. So it's really cool, actually.
It's when you're different because it's like a puzzle piece right next to each other. If it fit. I don't know why I'm saying. Anyway, I'm just gonna cut that part. Okay, so that was all the stereotypes, most common stereotypes that we've seen in our comment section, or like that we've heard from like people around us, or imagine, I don't even know. Sometimes, am I just thinking about our own stereotype and judging ourselves? But I would say, in general, like those stereotypes don't apply to us. I've met like a lot of couples that are in that stereotype and they're very much in love with each other. I guess at the end of the day, what matters most is that you're happy and that you are with people that you love. At the end of the day, every relationship is different. Doesn't matter what culture you're from, if you're from the same culture. Some stereotypes are based on what people have heard or seen, but they don't define our story.
So, if you're currently in an interracial relationship, we would love to hear about your experience or what people have assumed about you. For me, sometimes it feels weird walking around because a lot of eyes are on us sometimes, and you always have that label hanging over you. Be happy and set a good example. Maybe you'll break some stereotypes.
And if you have heard of other common stereotypes, comment them down below and we'll see like maybe this time it actually applies to us.
So, thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will be with you soon on another video.